homoerotic.com.
The DCU's hashtag Wonder Woman reboot has one clear requirement, Chris. It needs to be directed by a woman. Now, I would possibly die of laughter if they had a trans person direct it, but with James Gunn reshaping the franchise, the next take on Diana carries the weight of what made Wonder Woman such a cultural milestone in the first place. Yeah, a character that was created by a guy who was shacking up with two women into BDSM.
Yeah.
Empowerment. That's what I'm talking about. That film didn't just succeed because of scale. It resonated because of the perspective behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Something this reboot can't afford to lose. So is he purposefully forgetting Wonder Woman 84? You saw Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah,
I saw Wonder Woman 84.
And I saw your post about it.
Yeah, I saw Wonder Woman rape a guy. And I saw the director and everybody who worked on it not realize it until it hit the public, and the public brought it up. And they're like, oh, yeah. No, he didn't. She didn't. But she did. Let's just reverse the scenarios in that situation. If it was a man doing that to a woman, how would they react?
Yeah. Well, they're saying that, I guess the rumor is Craig Gillespie may do Wonder Woman.
Oh, so that's why Collider's like, a woman needs to do it.
Right.
So the guy who directed, he's got a weird voice, by the way.
Craig Gillespie?
Supergirl, yeah.
Hey, guys.
Supergirl, it's going to be fabulous.
She's going to be fabulous. She's going to be a great show. You're going to like it. She's badass. She'll punch you in the face. She's got her boots on and her trench coat. She drinks. She's messy.
But this whole thing of the press, like, it kind of annoys me. Like, here are the reasons.
The access media has destroyed fandom, Chris. Like, utterly destroyed it. And that's why they write so many articles about toxic fandom when I hate using the word toxic in any way because it's super gay, but they are the toxic ones, and they have been doing it for years and years. And that's why they try to blame so much of the fans, because the access media hates fandom, always has hated fandom, looks down on fandom. Of course, they want you to read their sites and buy their ads, which you are doing less and less every day. So God bless you. And they felt like they were the voice of fandom, especially when a bunch of tourists came in when nerddom started rising in the early 2000s, and you had a bunch of political washouts or political journalist washouts get into gaming journalism. You know, that's how Gamergate started, and entertainment journalism and nerd journalism. And they thought they were going to be the tastemakers, and they were going to push fandom where it needed to be. And they actually did get a lot of influence with the corporations. That's why a lot of the changes we see now is from pressure of what Collider just did. There needs to be a female director. And they did that 10 years ago, and it worked. Why do you think Kevin Feige came up with the MCU, which he did? It's because of pressure after Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman succeeded. All he got was, why aren't there more females in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? And all of them in the access media talk like this. Okay, maybe a little more vocal growl and stuff. And he finally answered in 2018. He's all, yeah, we're gonna put more women in. I'm paraphrasing, but we're gonna put more women in than men. And they did it. And we got the Wasp and Ant-Man, which was kind of the prequel to the MCU. Then we got the scene in Endgame, or Captain Marvel, the scene in Endgame, and then they were off to the races. And that was from pressure from the media. And they took something that was working fine, nobody was really complaining about, except for the access media. And it also coincided with, and this has been covered a lot, but that Facebook poll from 2014.
Oh, yeah.
Which, if you are interested in comics, and half the population said yes. Now, they didn't say, do you buy comics? Are you an active reader? No, you're interested in them. So the publishers, the comic publishers and Hollywood saw that and go, we need half of our staff to be women, like overnight.
Well, I think that attitude has ruined everything.
Yes, because there wasn't enough women interested and more importantly, good enough to do that job because they weren't interested. There wasn't enough women interested.
A quick stat, Gary, off the top of your head. You ran a comic store,
Yep.
the Comic Outpost. How many women had pull lists, weekly pull lists of you got, I don't know how many people you had that had pull lists, but what was the, percentage male, female?
So I tried really hard, Chris, to have more, like we were a family store. So I got it up to 15%, but normally it's like between 5 and 10%. Of the 5 and 10%, almost 100% were lesbian.
Good. Well, there you go.
Almost.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, like 15% tops. And that's probably in like the progressive city of San Francisco. It's probably way different other places. Yeah. There just weren't that many women who were avid readers of comic books, and it's okay. But they really believed that half of their customer base and audience was female when it wasn't. It just wasn't. And when they had female-led comic books, well, mostly men bought Wonder Woman. I think a couple of women picked up Wonder Woman, but it was the vast majority was men. More women bought Spider-Man by percentages in my store than bought Wonder Woman. DC needs Supergirl to succeed, like badly. I think the highest potential it has is to be a pretty good movie that's going to do $400 million and be completely forgotten within a week or two. I think that would be my prediction.
I actually think that's high. I
think
it's high. Any failure will be blamed on sexism.
Of course.
But then you can point to how much did Wonder Woman make? The first one.
Almost $900 million.
That's huge.
But different times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Different times. With the discourse going around with Supergirl right now, it's the Mary Sue's been on a rampage going after Drinker and everybody, and you're just afraid to have women, female superheroes in movies. And I'd like to remind Rachel Leishman the reason she's even around as a character is a bunch of dudes bought her comic book. So I don't think so. Brie Larson chat is making a comeback.
No, seeing her on the press tour, she's her body language is different. She is smiling. I think she looked at someone like Sydney Sweeney, saw her getting all this love, her being apolitical or staying out of it, making brand deals left and right. I mean, I'll bet Sydney Sweeney's making more money on her brand deals.
Oh yeah,
and than movies.
Oh yeah,
100%. That's why
how much
they all have a liquor brand. Every celeb has a tequila or whatever. There's too much money in it to not. And I think Brie Larson had to come to, like, my film career may not work out. In lieu of that, I'm going to smile. I'm going to be happy I'm here. I'm going to be happy and appreciative. I'm at the table. I'm not going to speak negatively about anyone. It had an effect. And she's seen examples of people who flamed out, like Rachel Zegler, and people who have succeeded, like Sydney Sweeney. And Brie Larson is a changed woman. I don't know that she'll ever address it.
She doesn't need to.
She doesn't need to. Just be the positive. You know what? She may turn up in Secret Wars.
Be the change you want to be.
Yeah, just
Brie.
Be it.
Be the change you want to Brie.
But I think the public is very forgiving when it comes to certain things. It's like, you know what? I got caught up, blah, blah, blah. I regret things I've said. I'm going to talk to you about movies and my role and how happy I am to be here. But the press does bait people. It is, when I see these articles, I got to sift through and, like, how did they bait? I mean, I almost like to see the video of Millie Alcock doing that interview for Vanity Fair. Like,
yeah, I'd love to hear that.
How was she baited by that journalist?
Well, and again, she's just like Platoon said, she's just regurgitating shit she's heard. Yeah. I don't even know if she knows what she said. For all I know, she didn't.
Yeah, the pod people thing. That was great. What he said.
But you know, that's where the Access Media comes in. In one of the Geeks and Gamers article that Mary Sue wrote, there is a paragraph that I'm going to paraphrase. It's, you know, we need to change fandom. We need to change fandom. It's our job to change. And that has been their attitude from the get-go, right? Mm-hmm. But the problem is they're not authentic. And that's why they have been losing any clout they ever had. And they did have it. They did have it. Even the Mary Sue probably had some clout at some time 10 years ago. But it's gone now. If you remember, God, it was 8 years ago. Remember Sci-Fi S, when they're called Sci-Fi now. Are they even still around? They had a podcast, and one of the guys in the podcast said, sure, we throw softball questions because we want to maintain our access. That's where the Access Media was born. That's where all that was born. It's in one of my Captain Marvel videos from many, many years ago. And once I heard that, we all knew what was going on, but it's completely different to hear them just come out and say it. And what they trade is, it's not money. That would make more sense. No, it's just a free screener in 480p. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. And to maintain their access, then they have to run defense for the corporations and the corporations are completely happy about it. It's a bunch of free marketing for them. And they have their shield in the media. And this has allowed this era to continue for so long because they'll hear from the media, well, look at that, man. They also run out the preemptive articles like they did with Papa Sweetu. They did it with Obi-Wan as well, with Moses Ingram, where they get out ahead of something. They know it's a controversial decision. And it's a controversial decision that was a casting or a character choice that was made with social and political motivations and not creative motivations. And that's what people get upset about with race swaps. It's not the race swap itself. It's the motivation behind it. And the motivation behind it is we are trying to be more inclusive, Chris, by being racist. There's too many white people here. So we need to mix it up a little bit. I wish I had that clip. That's racist. That's actually racist. And people are starting to recognize it. And the media supports this stuff. And listen, they're just trying to get attention and clicks for themselves. So now the gaslighting has gotten so much, you know, you have Screen Rant going, Lord of the Rings is hard to watch today. I'm sure that idiot believes that, but I know why they put it up there, to get engagement, right? And then they want to make article after article after article about toxic fandom, but they ignore other parts that are worse. You never have an article calling out shippers. Yeah. Shippers are like the hardcore shippers, a bizarre sect of fandom that throws death threats at actors regularly because they don't get their fake relationship. It's insane. Yeah. Fucking shipping. Absolutely ruined fandom. You know, nerd cookies. I'd like to say I was surprised that the people are shipping Grace and Rocky. Do they call it Grocky?
What? Is that real?
No.
Oh, you don't think so?
I don't want to think that way. Gross. Come on.
We live in a society, X-Ray girl.
Well, I mean, then you think about Milking Farm, and that was a thing, and I guess it would make sense.
Yeah. And it's that side of fandom that the Access Media has fully supported, and the companies go, well, they're writing about it. They must want more of it in our movies. They're writing about inclusion all the time. They must want more of it. And I don't want to relieve the corporations and the people who make these decisions of responsibility. They are completely down. They have drank the Kool-Aid. But now we're in this tenuous period of change in Hollywood. They definitely are dialing back. Despite what I just watched in Daredevil, they are dialing stuff back, but they don't know what to do. So we're left with this era of slop. Due to their obsession of identity politics, they have lost their identity and they've lost all confidence. So, well, we brought Daredevil back and Kingpin. Of course, we filled it with a bunch of characters nobody cares about, and we have to still have the power dynamics of intersectional feminism, but we brought them back. You should be happy. And it's like, no, we just want a good story. with characters we care about. And I think Daredevil's the best example because you took Karen Page, a character everybody loved, and made her completely annoying. What is a shipper? A shipper is somebody who watches entertainment and wants two characters to basically have sex. It goes way back, but if you want to go to like, you know, I guess the earlier innocent days would be the X-Files with Mulder and Scully. There you go.
I see. I find this funny because it's like, oh, they're like the best of friends, but like
it's relationship. So the ship at relationship is the shipper. Tumblr people, yes. Like Tumblr's gone, but we still feel the ramifications. I mean, I guess it's still around, but not what it used to be.
These are funny. I love it.
Yeah.
But I'm disgusted by those shippers.
Remember when Tumblr tightened up their terms of service and everybody left because they couldn't put all their weird shipper pervert art up anymore? Then they went to Twitter, and then now they're at Blue Sky. Where are they at now?
I never got into that degenerate.
And neither did I. I just felt the ramifications and everything we loved. Everything we loved.
Nerderotic.com. Please subscribe.